Ha. 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 Y'all talk about how wrong this shit is, but you support it when it happens to me. Chris Stafford made a lot of promises. He also swore up and down a lot of things that ended up being not true. Yeah, he was completely infatuated with Amanda. He wasn't gonna help me. He was too busy trying to get some from Amanda. So people kept on hurting me. I have to see my predators in this town every day. I'm sent to services that are staffed by people who have been predatory towards me because I had to go in alone. Instead of trying to listen to understand, people want to make it a conversation about them and their experiences. This isn't fucking therapy. When somebody is being victimized and they're asking you for help turning it in, you need to listen to them, not try to deter them from turning it in, not to try to talk them out of turning it in, not make empty promises that you don't keep, not talk about your aunt's fucking cousins, brothers, fucking kids, goddamn dog's former owner. When somebody is being taken advantage of, it is not your story time. It is time for you to listen to the victim. And you don't get to dictate what they're allowed to tell you. You don't get to do that. That is the most hurtful thing that you can do. Because you are letting them know that you're not going to listen and you're not going to look. Meanwhile, who do I go to? Do I go to Dallas Palmer for help? He's witnessed some of these situations and should have helped me to turn it in. But he didn't. Thank goodness he's recorded on my YouTube and gave me permission. We also got some of those youngins claiming that Dallas Palmer raped some little girls. If he did, I hope he goes to prison for life. But I want him to get a fair goddamn trial. I was hoping Susan would call me back or get back a hold of me. She hasn't contacted me since a little after 6 o'clock this morning. So that probably means she's at work. She is reading the messages, she's just not responding to them. Instead of trying to understand why I have trauma reactions, people want to punish me for having trauma reactions to being talked over and blown off. You need to listen to the victim, especially if they're autistic. You need to not interrupt them. You need to not refuse to look at evidence. Police officers refused to look at evidence and then tried to have me rubber stamped at hospitals. This is nationwide, folks. The difference between them getting busted and then doing it again and again and again and again is whether or not you have a friend or family member who gives a shit. Every single person who wanted to claim that they were my friend showed that they weren't. That includes Chris Stafford. He's over there helping those folks, and it's nice that he's doing that. He'd never help me. No, he'd just talk about himself, talk about Amanda non-fucking stop. I'm not talking about Natalie because I want to fuck her. She's fucking dead, stupid. Where's Chris Stafford? What did he do? He spent whatever time he could trying to woo and swoon Amanda even though she had a boyfriend. Yeah. He wouldn't help me, so I had to leave here because that fucking stalker, that creepy motherfucker just kept at it. I told you the police would help anybody who pretended, and so would the courts. And I told you that these people in places would send me around in circles. And I told you that the people who call me friend, most of them are drug addicts or alcoholics. Chris Stafford claims that he's allowed to have guns because I asked him about it. He told me he was a felon. And then he was trying to buy a gun from Dallas Palmer in this very parking lot. That's recorded on this channel. Situations with Amanda too. Chris's own words. Amanda's mom's own words. I don't care if you want to be recorded or not. I'm stuck in public being abused. You could do something about it other than victimize me, other than lie to me. So Chris Stafford claimed that Amanda stuck a gun to his head and made him drive around for a bunch of hours. When I got back, Chris Stafford told me the story about that and about how he refused to go where she wanted to go. He drove to where his parents or grandparents are buried, something like that. It's recorded on this channel. And he claimed he never calls the cops. Right? Cops are bad, he says. He never calls the cops. He called the cops on Amanda and had her trespassed from the laundromat here. From the car wash over there. I'm stuck out here taking abuse because I am alone and I am stuck in public. I am forced to go to places for help that are predatory towards homeless men, especially if they try to turn in the cops. Here's the guy. This is another one of my predators. I tried to turn him in too, but it didn't matter. He's recorded on my channel committing crimes against me. Chris Stafford is recorded on this channel today claiming that Amanda's mom was a meth head. He also claimed that Amanda had chlamydia. See, that's the one right there, when he was running around telling people that she had chlamydia. That's the one that made me go, alright. He was fucking stalking her. See, for him, he was all talking about getting married to Amanda. I was never interested in marrying anybody. I was told that's what I'm supposed to want. I got back from having to flee here because I didn't have a friend or family to help me turn in the crimes here. I had to do it all alone. When you make the victim go in alone, crimes will be committed against them if it's a homeless and disabled male, especially if he's trying to turn in police. It's not that I didn't try to turn in the crimes against me, it's that I was talked over, lied to, mistreated because I am alone. The racist little shits in this fucking parking lot. How many of them wanted to use that N-word over and over and over again, specifically because they thought it was funny? How many occasions were they being racist little shitheads? Over and over. When they wanted to go jump those Hispanic kids. It's recorded on my channel. Y'all are fucking filthy pieces of shit. Yeah, I have to be afraid of Chris Swafford. He does call the cops if he doesn't get what he wants. With him being a felon, claiming that he's allowed to carry a firearm. He's allowed to own a firearm. It's recorded on this channel, him claiming that. But who do I turn it into? The cops just talk over me. They won't even let me tell them what happened. Meanwhile, I gotta find someone who's going to listen. I have the evidence. I need someone to listen, not try to make it a conversation. Not try to make it a therapy session for them where they get a free therapist. Not make it about all the local town gossip. If you don't want my help turning this shit in, don't fucking tell me about it. There are people who are involved in this situation. They were very angry that I told the truth about them. People like Sherman Watson and his friend Amy. See, here's the thing, is that petty arguments, these weren't petty arguments. The situation Amy Valkyrie was involved in involved a lot of bigotry and a lot of racism involving Jerry Sparks and her family. Before Natalie was killed, well over a year before she was killed, because I was visiting Natalie in Virginia when that situation happened. If you don't fucking like equality, that's on you. When I called up Amanda, well, not Chris's Amanda, not Amanda Daniels. You know what, we'll just ignore that for right now. We'll stick to the situation at hand. These places are all preying on the fact that I can't defend myself. They're preying on the fact that I don't have anyone there to prevent them from talking over me every single time. I don't have a single friend that'll stop talking over me. They don't need to ask questions, all right? When the victim is trying to tell you what happened, you need to let the victim speak, because they're in a fragile state. They're probably having problems speaking a full sentence. And if you listen to them, they will calm down. Anything other than listening to them is not okay. Especially if it is an autistic person. Especially if it is someone with PTSD. Maybe you should look at why I am such an asshole. It's because none of these goddamn pieces of shit give a holy fuck. Yeah, I have to be afraid of Chris Stafford. I also have to be afraid of Amanda. I have to be afraid of all the cops here. I don't know if Amanda has chlamydia or not. I don't fucking care. Whether or not she has an STD is not my goddamn business. Bonjour. I was able to get my phone running and recording finally.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, ma'am. You guys able to look at any of that stuff with Natalie?
No, I wasn't. My phone ended up dying, so I didn't feel like going over to the laundromat to charge it. Got a little bit of juice right now. Trying to get this fucking car moving.
I gotta try to find somebody to help me turn in that stuff still.
Yeah. Where do you have to go to do it?
I can make calls with somebody to try to do it over the phone, but somebody's got to be able to speak up with me whenever they interrupt me. Somebody who knows how the system works. You know, the stuff with those kids tearing around all the time, you guys got to hear that too, you know? I mean,
yeah, every day.
Yeah. They've been victimizing me for a while here. Really antagonistic. I tell them I don't like the N-word. They just use it over and over and over again.
You guys have a lighter?
Yeah.
I just want my court case, kind of.
Which one?
At DUI, they made me take the DUI class twice, and then they said that I didn't complete it, and then they revoked it, and I have to pay a $1,000 fine. And instead of 90 days, I got time served, so I just have to pay a fine basically now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yup. I'm freaking want to walk home.
Yeah.
Cheers. Nice. Thank you.
Where's your brother been?
Lucas?
Yeah.
He's in Salem.
He is?
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
He is in.
Is he with Reva still?
Huh?
Is he with Reva still?
No, he's in prison.
Oh, he's in prison. Oh, gotcha. Okay.
I don't even know what happened. They're like going to rob some dude. I don't think Lucas was like, I was gonna kill him and rob him for a pound of dope. And I'm like, he wouldn't have killed him. Like,
Shit, like, shut up.
right? He's like, he was talking on the phone. He's supposed to get out, and he was supposed to get out this August, like this month or last month. And he just kept talking on the phone. Like,
Yeah, see, you're not supposed to do that with alarms.
Oh, you're closed?
I know.
Oh, your face is out.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty horrible.
That's never fun to hear.
I'm taking a lot of abuse in this town, and because I don't have a friend or family member to help turn it in, I've gone through all the services. A lot of felonies. I've recorded it all, but I can't get anyone to listen to me.
What county?
I've got it recorded. Those youngins, they're always turning around out there and doing property damage. I recorded the situations with them. They're not happy about it, but the thing is, they kept on screaming at me and kept on screaming the N-word at me, and I got all of it recorded. I just can't get anyone to listen.
It's bet in this county, as much as I hate to say it, is to take it to some other county and let them fucking.
I've got hundreds of phone calls to places out of county telling me that they're just going to refer me to right back to the county. I've got recordings with all of these places committing felonies. I'm an at-risk and disabled adult. And the thing is that if I tell them about the crimes that are committed against me, they have to turn it in right away, or they're committing crimes. It's just a misdemeanor, and in this state, it's only a $600 fine. However, the reasons and their motives for doing it are recorded. It's crimes that they committed when I tried to turn in. Not the youngins here. Nobody's going to listen about that. But a lot of the other crimes that have been committed against me, there's a lot of witnesses that were even wanting to come forward, but the cops just wouldn't listen. I've got the recordings with them too. I mean, I literally have everything. I got everything I need to turn them in. I just don't have the ability to turn it in. I'm not a computer guy. I don't know how to do any of that. I've had to rely on, the druggies out here. Those are the people that I
wonder if the people at the library can help you with the computer part.
I've already been there. It's a very complicated thing because it's actually 7 years worth of this over my friend Natalie getting her brains blown out.
Oh shit.
So everywhere that I move to, there's people that are into true crime, and they don't care what the truth is. They don't care, how much evidence I have. They just harm me. The fact that there's so many of them that have done it, the fact that they took part in doing it as a group out here in the parking lot. I mean, I'm in Chapel, Nebraska. They just called me N-word lover. That was my name there for almost a decade. But here, they're literally screaming that at me. There's also a guy that's stalking me. I got a lot of footage with him. He stalked me here from Hood River. Same thing happened there. It's coast to coast when you're homeless.
People are fucking stupid.
but I have enough evidence to show that what those youngins are doing is a hate crime. And I've got enough evidence to show that the police here are committing a lot of different felonies, not just failure to report. That they're doing this because they're trying to protect things. And I get it with some of them, because I get that Robert Farnsworth has lived here pretty much his whole life. And a lot of people knew him before he was crazy. But I've been victimized by him repeatedly in places that people shouldn't have to feel unsafe, like the First Christian Church at the meal repeatedly over and over again. And I looked up his history, and he's got a history of stalking and harming people. The police wouldn't allow me to turn him in. I tried repeatedly. They talked over me and sent me to TFCC and TCCHC. They sent me to Senior and Disability Services. They sent me to the DA's office, and all of them played head games. There's a lady who's kind of trying to help me. Her name's Susan. She's scared.
That lady right there is the one person in this town for 25 years that I've trusted with anything I've ever had to go through. When I was getting arrested for, they tried to say that I was selling drugs in town.
They've
And
done the same to me.
she's the one person that I immediately got a hold of. She got a hold of the ACLU. She helped me file a case. Now, even if you see me commit a crime and you work for Tillamook City Police or the county sheriff, you must keep going and call a state officer, because there's a clause at the courthouse now that says that due to harassment and all this other shit, they cannot stop me or question me.
I've got 11 months of threats, harassment, and intimidation by the police.
Call her.
These folks.
She's the lady that's in charge of doing like the Medicare and stuff, the county. But she has worked with DHS, Senior Services, the Women's Crisis Center, everything under the sun. Anytime I have an issue, that is the woman I call. I would tell you to get a hold of her. She has got the single biggest heart of any person I've ever fucking met on this planet. I just saw her 2 days ago.
Is she familiar with high-functioning autistic
Yes.
people?
Yes.
Oh, God. Yes.
Yes. She works with special needs people. She is the only person on this planet other than my grandmother that I have ever trusted with anything. Take that card, get a hold of her. She would be the one person in this county I would tell you to go to if she's trying to find help.
Is there
If she can't find a way, then I don't know that anyone can.
Is there any way I could get you to write your name down so I could let her know who sent me?
Yeah. I'm Victor. Her name is Romy, and she is the single most awesome woman I've ever met on this planet.
Yes, sir. You remember when I came in and I was asking about the computer space? That's because of all this abuse. The most I can get at the library is 3 hours, and my computer takes an hour and a half to load up.
She is more than willing to help people with whatever. Anything computer-wise that she doesn't know how to do. Her son Joey, absolute whiz with computers, so he usually goes through and does that she can't figure out on the computer.
Are they afraid of the Klan?
Oh no, Romy doesn't give a shit.
Oh.
Romy does not give a damn who you are. Her only thing in life is you have no reason to be addicted to other people.
I am often addicted to other people.
Well, she knows that I am too, but as far as like not going out of your way to harm people, not going out of your way to cause any problems for people, I get a hold of her. She's the one person that I would absolutely say is the only one you can trust as far as this county goes.
All right, good, because I have at least 40 mandated reporters that I've spoken to between all of these agencies, and they've all sent me back and forth to each other. They also keep telling me to call helplines and suicide hotline and stuff like that, and those are in
She has with all of those as well, so they can refer you right to her.
All right, well, I'm going right to her right now.
absolutely call her, talk to her, and see what she says. Odds are, knowing her, she'll probably end up telling you, meet her at the library because there's nobody that can say shit about you guys being there. She'll go sit at one of the tables, talk with you, and see what she can do to help you.
The Columbia Pacific, that's my insurance.
Yes, she's in charge of doing all that for the state of Oregon, or the Tillamook County right now. She is with them. She's an advocate for the clients that go through them. The medical service I needed for my seizures, and I called her 2 weeks later. It was, oh, no, never mind, we can do this, just come on in, we'll get you taken care of. So yeah, I love that woman to death.
All right. Well, I'm not gonna fill you up with too much of it because she's the lady I need to talk to. Thank you. You're a badass. I'm thankful right now, and I know usually I can talk better, and I'm sorry.
Dude, that doesn't bother me at all.
I don't mean to get like this when I'm scared. I had
Hey.
a really bad few nights, and last night was especially bad.
It's called fucking being a human. It happens. Sometimes you get upset, sometimes you get scared. Shit happens, man. I mean,
It's always.
I get it.
I'm trying not to be a sissy right now. Anyway, the lady who usually runs the place that gave me cigarettes.
Oh, that would be Kim.
I haven't seen her in a while. Is she okay?
Yeah, she took this week off because this should be the last week that she's got her walking boot. They're supposed to be taking it off, so I told her I'd cover this week so she could rest up, and she'll be back here on Monday. So,
Thank you.
and she knows Romy pretty damn well too. We all grew up with Romy. She was the lady that, like the Moose Lodge would open up on weekends and let kids go in, do karaoke, play pool, so they had something to do. Romy's the lady that wouldn't get home till 5 o'clock in the morning because didn't matter who you were, didn't matter where you lived. If you needed a ride home, get in my car. I'm taking you home. Let's go.
I got a lot of evidence and literally in recorded from the mouths of upstanding citizens in this county about the KKK, and
I know shortly before I moved here, they ran the last black family out because they lost their basketball playoff and they blamed him.
I was afraid asking you because I was afraid to get targeted. But then again, you said you didn't care if I recorded and you talked to me for almost 10 minutes there, you know?
Amazingly, I have only ever had one problem with racism in this county, and that was in high school.
That's good to hear.
We got into one fight, and he told me, I'm going to get my older brother to come down here and help me kick your ass. His older brother showed up. He looked at me. He goes, hey, you look familiar. So I'm like, okay, I don't know. I ain't never met you in my life. He goes, you got any family out here? Got an older cousin that went to school here like 4 years before me. His name wouldn't be Jeff, would it? Yeah. He looked at his little brother. He goes, okay, so here's the deal. You remember I told you that I used to run around spouting off a lot of the same racist shit you heard growing up? Yeah. You remember I told you I met one guy that beat my ass and changed my entire outlook? He goes, yeah. His older cousin. You're about to experience the same thing. I suggest you pick a different battle. Tell your cousin I said hello, walked over, shook my hand, and left. That was the only problem I've ever had in this county. Other than that, every great once in a while you hear somebody stupid spout something off, but
I
it's never
recorded
been
the
to
N-word
the face.
over 30 times just night before last night.
Yep.
Some kids were driving by me.
I've heard
parking
people say
next
that,
to me and screaming.
and as I tell folks, they say it, but I've never seen any of them come up to me and say it.
Well, they definitely been screaming out their windows at me. There was at least 3 girls, 3 different voices that started off the chorus last night, or night before last.
And that's one of the things that irritates Romy most. She hates racism. She hates sexism. She can't stand any of that shit. As far as she's concerned, you're a fucking human. You breathe the same air. You have the same blood. Just learn to live together.
That's how it should be. I spend a lot of time on my channel trying to show the stupidity of it.
I got a lot of friends that are different than me. Some of them don't look the same as me, like we're not all twins. And some of them are mean to me because of their differences. They use their differences as an excuse to basically blow me off. I've got a lot of gay friends, and they tell me, well, why would I help you? I'm gay, I have it worse. I got black friends who are like, why would I help you? I'm black, I have it worse.
No,
I'm a woman, I got it worse.
you have it worse than the next person. That's what everybody needs to realize. Same shit, different diaper.
Regardless of who's pissed and confident it is, I'm the one who can't defend himself. So,
As I was taught growing up, no one is above anyone else. You're all on the same fucking level. You're all in the same shit, just a different diaper.
yeah, we're all in the same boat, and if we want to put band-aids on it, we all drown.
Right?
If there's one man at the sump pump and everybody else drinking margaritas, you're all going down with the ship.
Absolutely, man.
Thank you, Victor.
Absolutely. I hope that helps. I hope Romy can get some help headed your way.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. See you next time.
Yes, sir. Boo.
Hey, what's up?
I got to talk to a gentleman in there. He gave me a number for a lady to call. If you guys are able to, I can pay people up to $20 an hour to help me make calls and look at evidence so that I have someone that can verify it.
Okay.
And also somebody who knows the tricks that the cops use. So I could give you all my number.
Okay, yeah.
You got something I can write it on?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see if I can remember how to find it on this thing. Thank you, man. I stuck with electronics. System, I think. I had to have somebody show me how to find this, and I still suck. My handwriting is not the greatest. I got some nerve damage.
That's alright. I'm pretty good at figuring it out.
It's a Nebraska number. I'm sorry for the noises. It's a stimming thing.
It's okay.
You can,
Alright, I'll get over here.
yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Well,
And thank you for butters.
of course.